Australia's wide open spaces makes for a sustainable, natural, stress-free grazing environment for the nation's herd. But this country of ours can throw up plenty of challenges. Immortalised in verse, our land is one of sweeping plains, drought and flooding rains. Through ingenuity, adaptability, belief and hard work comes a yarn that we can all be proud of. The story of a breed created right here in Australia, perfectly suited for Australia's many environments. You could say Australia's natural wonder. Droughtmaster.
We're incredibly proud that we are direct descendants of the man, Monty Atkinson, that had the forethought to start this wonderful breed.
Monty Atkinson, Lewis Fisher, Bob Ray and John Francis are considered the founding fathers of Australia's Droughtmaster breed.
You know, the pioneer that he was to start from where he did and to push through to what Droughties are today, I think he would be incredibly proud and humbled.
All three of us grew up on Valley of Lagoons, which was, you know, just a childhood dream to grow up there.
After we left, we all went sort of further south, and Droughties, you know, just were a natural progression for us to and work in all those different sorts of country.
Probably the ability to be able to travel. Originally from the northern country, to handle probably, I think ticks were the big thing that they helped out with, ticks and parasites, heat tolerance, and their mothering ability, being able to raise a calf and get back in calf even in the tough years.
We can control a lot of things, but we can't control the environment. And I think that's one thing that I've always had in the back of my mind, and I just love the flexibility of the cattle. To me, you need an animal and you need to be producing something that can fit into a number of markets.
You know, the practical cattle, cows are practical cows, you know, they're clean coated, moderate frame, you know, good milkers. Good mothers. And when you've got family and Sasha works in the yards and children on the place, you know, the days of having wild cattle are gone. No one wants them. They've got a good temperament. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Droughtmaster as a breed, I mean, I've had a lot to do with before I came to Nudgee, and they tick a lot of the boxes that we require with Cattle Club. I mean, obviously, temperament is our highest requirement, and they well and truly tick that box. So once they've been around these boys for a while, they're essentially bomb-proof. Noises don't worry them, kids underneath them don't worry about them.
The females are probably the thing that are most valuable to us, I think. It's just the crossbreeding, and I think they meet every market. That's probably the beauty of them. You can sell them off as a veal, or you can take them right through to Jabox. You know, like there's just so many markets for them, and they will cover from a calf right through to a bullock. So the options are endless.
The Droughtmaster is beautifully adapted for most of Australia's beef growing regions, so best beef cattle grazing country, and Droughtmasters suit that ideally. When you're MSA grading, you measure the hump height. As you look across these cattle here, you can see there's very little hump on those cattle, so they're tropically adapted for the environment, but they don't have the hump height, which the experts tell us is related to eating quality. So you get a great eating quality animal, and they respond very well on a feedlot ration. We say we have two consumer brands. One's Nolan's Private Selection, and that's product that's lifetime traceable. So, you know, from that piece of meat in the box, you can go backwards down the chain to the place of birth of that animal, so it's fully traceable. All Private Selections MSA graded, so we can understand the eating quality, which is important for the consumer.
I love the cattle myself, beautiful meat. If we're delivering a quality product, I know people are going to come back. Droughtmaster rump, rib fillet and AP rib, beautiful.
For more than 60 years, Droughtmaster beef has been enjoyed across Australia and to the many export markets around the world. Here at home, it's a popular choice for pubs and clubs. You're likely to have already tucked into a Droughty at your favourite local. And the future?
I think it looks really good, the future for Droughties. There's so many ways they can go.
Yeah, I think it's incredibly exciting where the Droughtmaster's moving. It's incredible to see the quality lifting year in, year out, going to the national sale, and people's herds just improving. Very exciting times.
The challenges that we keep getting thrown at us from the environment and from nature pushes more and more people towards that animal that, you know, that is adaptable. So I think it's really positive.
I often think to myself, what would I breed if I didn't breed Droughtmasters? But to us, they're the whole package.
I've often thought the same thing. If we weren't breeding Droughties, I'd probably still have them, I think, you know, because there's so many ways you can go with them. If you're pure breeding, you can crossbreed, and yeah, I think they're wonderful. And I love the fact that when you go out to see them in the paddock, or you're working them in the yards, they're just beautiful animals to be around. They want to be around you, and it's just an enjoyment to be with them. I love that part of it.
Overall, they're a bloody good breed, so we're very happy with the Droughtmasters.
Droughtmaster cattle are Australia's natural wonder because they were created on Australian shores by Australian cattlemen for Australian markets, and I feel incredibly proud that I was part of the makings of this breed.
Australia's Droughtmaster cattle are perfectly suited to thrive in a world that's changing before us, where versatility and sustainability are essential. Consumer demands are changing rapidly, supply chains want greater yield, and there's a push for improved animal welfare and for sustainable and natural protein. The Droughty has got this in spades. An iconic all-rounder, perfectly placed for our changing future, making its mark and affirming its reputation as Australia's natural wonder. Droughty Mid-Strength Premium Lager. Newstead Brewing Co. Droughtmasters Best of the Best will offer up to 500 bulls at the Droughtmaster National Bull Sale, Gracemere Sale Complex. The largest offering of quality bulls for all budgets. Freight assistance and online bidding available.
There's a new one, darkest cattle hunt, look at that for a bull.
It's started off with Mum and Dad. I suppose they've been farming since the 60s. So pretty unique place. It's we farm just over 8,000 acres. It's a massive big floodplain, so yeah, big depth of soil. So basically you can grow anything from pulses to cereals to everything. So so everything here was like puts through the feedlot, anything from the silage, the corn, the sorghum, the wheat. So basically everything, in the early days, everything was 100% fed, was grown on Droughtmaster Station. Droughtmaster Station's won 5 feedlot titles with beef consecutively. Yeah, it just comes back to good cattle, good feed, and the results have shown. And Droughtmaster speaks for itself. It's yeah, over the years we've been doing it, like we've been feeding since '98, and they're always, yeah, the Droughties seem to stick out.
They're well adapted to the environment here. They're fantastic in humid and hot conditions. They continually keep up their consumption levels despite those harsh conditions versus the softer British and European breeds. We predominantly target the 100-day export market, so but there are customers that we feed for who are hitting that sort of 70-day trade, but predominantly 100-day grain-fed. They're just well suited to the environment. You've got all kinds of extremes here. It's just a hot, tropical place to be, and they seem to function well. Well, I guess as an example, we had a mob here a couple of summers ago, and those conditions were very extreme. The droughties were up at the trough, eating freely, whereas the other softer cattle were back at the water troughs, just trying to get cool. So it's that, and that's what you want an animal in the feedlot to be doing. You want them to be up eating. Ended up with a feed conversion ratio of 4.4 to 1 on a dry matter basis, and it was just phenomenal when the ratios can change from like about 4.5 to 7.5, depending on the animal, and also the quality of the animal as well. But I thought that was pretty remarkable for those kind of harsh conditions.
I think the Droughtmasters are, they're a flat back, and they're soft enough to lay down a bit of cover, and you know, they're quite renowned for good weight gains, and you know, they're just good. They suit most markets, and you know, they handle in the feedlot situation good too.
The last month leading up to the competition, it's always a little bit nerve-wracking. You do wonder if all the cattle are going to finish to spec, but they're just looking superb, and it's a real credit to the breeders. We've got an amazing bunch of clients that are loyal to us and keep coming back every beef. And so there's definite award winners in there.
You don't chase accolades, but it's always good to feed quality like this. You know, it's pretty enjoyable that last feed of the day. You look over the backs of them, they just look like aircraft carriers, all of them, and yeah, no, they're pretty handy.
Droughty Mid-Strength Premium Lager, Newstead Brewing Co.
Hello and welcome. On behalf of myself and the Droughty Next Gen Committee, we'd like to welcome you to Beef 2021. It's been a massive year for everyone, and it's great to be able to get back together and see where the industry is going into the future. Now for a little about ourselves as the Droughty Next Gen Committee. My name is Lauren Finger. I'm from Taroom, Queensland, and I own Lachey Droughtmasters. I've always had a passion for the Droughtmasters as a breed, as these were an integral part of my family's commercial herd while I was growing up. I've watched the breed develop and grow over the years, and they still tick all the boxes for me. I'm proud to be part of the Droughty Next Gen Committee.
I chose Droughtmasters because of the quality of the cattle and their adaptability. Droughties have been able to thrive for us on the coast. I am proud to be a part of the Droughtmaster Next Gen Committee.
Hi, my name is Lawrence Semish Lay, and most may know me as Larry. I am from Nindathana Droughtmasters, and my partner and I have just started our own stud, Rondel Droughtmasters, located north of Gundawingi. I got into Droughties because of the genuine, good people who breed them. So I have really grown to love the cattle through working and showing them. I am proud to be part of the Next Gen Committee.
Hi, my name is Beyonce Cormack. I'm from Black Gully Droughtmasters at Winton. I got into Droughtmasters because my family have had them for as long as I remember. They put their first Droughtmaster bull over Hereford cows in 2001. I am proud to be part of the Droughtmaster Next Gen Committee because of all the opportunities I'm provided and how and in the ways I can help other Droughtmaster youth to learn as well.
Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth Bougen. I'm part of the junior stud, the Block Droughtmasters, alongside my family stud, Normanton Park. Now, there's 3 reasons why I stuck with this fantastic breed. 1, their adaptability to survive in any weather, and number 2, thriving in any weather that the Australian country can throw at them. And 3rd is their temperament. They are such quiet cattle and they don't need much handling. They are very quiet by nature. And I love this breed so much because of those 3 reasons. With our society, I have joined the Next Gen, which is basically all the junior stud members getting together and showing what the next generation is producing and what we bring to the table for the future of our breed. I am proud to say that I'm a part of this committee, the Next Gen.
Hi, I'm Jack Hoskins and I'm from Deep Valley Droughtmasters in Donnybrook, Western Australia. I first got into breeding Droughtmasters in 2011 when my parents started. The things I like about the Droughtmasters are their temperament's great, as you can see. They're fertile, they can calve easy, and they can go to any type of environment. They can go to the north where it's dry, and they can go to the south where it's wet. I'm proud to be a Next Gen committee member.
Yaralla's been in the family for 40, 50 years. We also own Pearl Creek, our other property, which has been in the family for 100 years, so we operate both places. Yeah.
Well, we've been married 25 years. I stood on his foot at the races. He actually played cricket in the Duaringa cricket side, and my dad had the practice pitch and a bowling machine, so the whole team used to turn up at home and practice, but it wasn't until years later that we actually met at the races. So there wasn't a lot here. When we first came, we built all the gardens and extended the house and had 2 boys.
We've been probably breeding for, well, we have been breeding for nearly 60 years. We're right at the start, not the pioneers, but our family was breeding them. I think Dad bought his first bull in 1962. We've had them at Pearl Creek at our breeder place at Duaringa. That's where we breed all our cows and calves, and we transport everything up to Yaralla. So this is sort of the stud place where we have all the bulls and sell from here for sales. In all the events that I've competed in, Beef Week is the Bradman of all events. There's other good events, but the thing with beef, you've got generally about 1,800 head of cattle, and you've got to get a pen of 10. So they've got to be 10, identical.
I think it makes beef more interesting actually. If you're in a competition, you've got something to follow, and it's been a lot of fun. There's a bit of pressure involved, I guess, but I think that you don't go in it to win it, but you go in to have a go and measure yourself up against everybody else, and if you get a place, it's a bonus. Essentially, though, you like to see your cattle look good, and they're fed down at Mum and Dad's feedlot in the grain section. We got grassies as well. I think my biggest thrill, though, was last beef when our heifers won. The first time the heifers have done that well, so it's, it's good for the girls, sort of thing, because that's half the product. It was a good moment, that one.
It's a combination of a lot of things to get there. I think hard work, family all in it, good staff, buying good bulls, quality bulls consistently. That's sort of basically it. It's not easy. Like Kerry said, we go in it we honestly go in it to win it. I mean, everyone does. But I think the biggest thrill is when you get to the event and you look at your cattle and they can compete. They're equal. I think that is a big thrill. Like Kerry just said, I've always said it. It's fantastic to turn up to bull sales with good line of bulls or competitions with good steers or ox. But I think the Droughtmaster female, second to none. The Droughtmaster cow is just a versatile cow. Like she can adapt to our environment, which is a tough environment. She was adapted in the north, bred in the north for the northern conditions, but now she's spread everywhere. Like she's a powerhouse in central Queensland, where the powerhouse numbers are in Australia, CQ. However, the Droughtmaster cow in Western Australia is extremely popular, even in the west, and even now they're venturing in the south. So, look, I'd have to say the Droughtmaster cow is, it's been said before, but she's just a perfect all-rounder. Just can adapt and produce an article that can fit any market.
The Roma Droughtmaster Bull Sale is offering over 100 bulls at the Roma Sale Yards on October 22. A large offering of quality bulls for all budgets. Freight assistance and online bidding available. For previews, go to droughtmaster.com.au. Droughty Mid-Strength Premium Lager. Newstead Brewing Co.